I think the one policy change that would make the most difference would be to start being truthful about the real cost of energy. Right now, we subsidize energy in this country, meaning specifically fossil fuel energy, through various means. Much of the rest of the world pays a much higher price for oil and oil products. Here it's quite a bit lower, and because it's so low and has been so low, artificially low for over 60 years, we have sprawling suburbs. We have entire economic system that is incredibly dependent on cheap and immediately available oil. The only way to change that at a system level is to change the price. So if we could get rid of those artificial subsidies for oil in particular, and that would make gasoline quite a bit more expensive. It would make all petroleum products more expensive. The market would kick in, and we would start to see changes in technology. We would see different infrastructure investments by businesses, by local communities, and within if certainly right away you start to see changes, but it would take a couple decades to really change the entire system. I mean, this is a system again that we've built over 60 years. We're not going to change it overnight, but it has to happen because we're moving into a future where oil is simply not going to be as cheap as it has been. And it's not going to be as cheap as it is now. Right now it's about $80 a barrel. It's not going to get much lower. It might once in a while, but there's no way we're going back to the era of $12, $20 a barrel oil, which is where we were even just about 12 years ago. So it's a very different world, and the price signals need to really start reflecting that. I mean, one of the reasons why Europe has a much more resilient economy and infrastructure in terms of high oil prices is that they're used to high oil prices. When oil goes up to $140 a barrel like it did in mid-2008, it's a much bigger shock to the American system than it was to the European system. And that was 2008. And imagine what happens when oil spikes up to 300. Which economy would your business rather be in? Which kind of city would you rather be living in? That's the kind of future we need to be preparing for.